Alright, today we're talking about both the mean and median of a data set and what it means if the mean and median are significantly different from each other. So when you have a case of this difference, this most likely means there is an outlier. So taking a real world example, let's say you had a group of friends and you took the value of each of their cars right here. And as you can see, most of the values are within the $20,000, $30,000 range. However, there is one member who has a $250,000 car. So that outlier changes the average to a much higher number, which can be seen here when you take the average using a statistics method. And that comes out to $57,357, which is much higher than any of the other values of the cars besides one member's. Then if you look at the median, which is done with this method here, you can see that it's $25,000, which gives you a more accurate value of the gives it a more accurate representation of the group. So we can also use the interquartile range method to show this outlier and you can decide from there what you want to do with it. So first you find the first quartile using a NumPy method, and you can also find the third quartile. And in order to find the interquartile range, you subtract the third quartile from the first quartile. And then from there you can find the upper and lower fences, which is found by taking the upper fence is found by taking the third quartile and you add it to 1.5 times the interquartile range. The lower fence is the opposite of that. You take the first quartile and subtract it by 1.5 times the interquartile range. And then here is just a way of grouping all your outliers. So you're saying the values of the cars that are lower than the lower fence, or values of cars that are greater than the upper fence, are considered outliers. So we're combining that group here, and then we're just printing which values, which we obviously know is the $250,000 car. And then you can see that on a graph here, all of the members of the group have car values in this range besides the one member who has the very expensive car. So that's why you can see there's a discrepancy between the mean and the median. And ways you can handle that is, well, for one, you can just forego using the mean in this case because you know that the mean is not representative of the data set. Also, if you wanted to keep the mean, you could remove the outlier, and that would bring your mean down to a much more closer value to the median.